So let us start this session, guys. So in our previous sessions, we have seen what is the cloud overview. In that one, we have seen why we need the cloud platforms. And after that, I have also told you the difference between the on-premises versus cloud. Okay, can you guys tell me, like, what are the challenges that you guys face when you're working in the traditional working model? What are the challenges that we face? We covered yesterday, right? If you guys, okay, one person at a time. Okay, so go ahead, guys. Okay, slow deployment. Okay, any other answers? Okay. Hmm. Okay, any other answers? Right, correct. So when you're working in the on-premises working model, there will be a plenty of challenges will be there, right? The deployments are slower and it is expensive model comparatively. And one more thing is the automation is limited. And the third thing is human error is very high because many teams are working behind the scene. And it may result in inconsistency in the environment also. And scaling up and down is not achieved quickly also, right? So these many problems are there when you're working in the on-premises working model. That is the reason most of the companies are now looking towards the cloud platforms because they can get the benefit of all of these things. Right, so that's where we have seen Google Cloud Platform and GCP is a one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services. Okay, so Google Cloud Platform is offering you a plenty of services for the organizations to build the application, store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data. Right, sir. Google Cloud Platform is offering you a plenty of services. For example, you can see it is offering you compute services, identity and security services, management tools, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, and machine learning services. So these many services it is offering. Sir, if I wanted to interact with any of the services, how to do that? How to interact with the GCP services? To interact with the GCP services, there are four methods are there. I'm going to tell you four methods. The very first method we call it as a console. The second method is Cloud Shell. The third method to interact with the GCP services is Cloud SDK. Fourth method is to APIs and third-party tools. API and third-party tools. So these are the four methods are there to interact with the GCP services. Let us try to see each and every method in a very detail so that you guys have a very basic thing. This is very basic thing, guys. Everyone must understand. Not only data engineers, DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, all the people who are going to work on the Google Cloud Platform must understand this topic. Console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK, and APIs in third-party tools. Now let us try to understand one by one. Okay. So for that one, let me go to the paint. Yes. You can see here, guys. The very first method is what? Console. We also call it as a cloud console. Both are same. Okay. So that is console. Sir, what is console? A console is a web based It is a web-based because it is available over the web only. It is web-based graphical user interface. So it is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. Okay, so if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, so if we have a plenty of the services in the GCP, if you wanted to interact with them, you are going to do it visually. So this is what we call it as a console, everyone. Okay, so if one wanted to interact with the GCP services visually, in that case, we can go to the cloud console. A console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. So that is what it is, the console. Sir, what we can do? So if one wanted to create, update, delete any of the resource in the GCP, we can go to the cloud console. If one wanted to create any resource or update the any resource or delete any resource, we can go to the cloud console. Okay, not only that, if you wanted to assign permission, revoke permission, modify permission or update permissions, you can again go for this one. Okay, so all the things, if one wanted to do it with the Google Cloud Platform, you can able to do it using the console. Not only that, many things are there, you will be able to do all of those things also. For example, if one wanted to create a cluster in the Google Cloud Platform, they can do that. You can modify the cluster configuration also later. You can delete the cluster also. So all of these things one can able to do it using the console. Let me gonna show you with an example. Don't worry, but try to understand. A console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. You are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So that's what is a console. Okay, so now let me gonna show you. Sir, where is the cloud console? So if one wanted to go to the cloud console, open your browser. Open your browser and enter console.cloud.google.com. Console.cloud.google.com. So this is what is the web address. Click on enter. So you are inside the console.cloud.google.com. So this is what is console. The one which you are seeing is the console, guys. The one which you are seeing is a console. So if I wanted to create any resource, you should be able to create it from the console also, which is a graphical user interface. Which is a graphical user interface. Let me gonna give you a small tour towards our home page. Okay, so that you guys will be a little bit comfortable. Okay, let me gonna just give you a small tour. This is what is our home page looks like. In the home page, multiple options are there, multiple things are there. Let me gonna show you. The very first thing is, this is what I usually call it as a left navigation menu. So this is a left navigation menu, guys. So if one wanted to interact with any of the services, they can just go to the left navigation menu and click on that, and you should be able to see some of the features. See, this is left navigation menu. Click on this one. Just see, plenty of the services and products are listed down here. Plenty of the services as well as products are listed down here. You should be able to see. And the next one is project area. So this is what I usually call it as a project area. What is a project? How to create the project? How to set up the project, which we are going to see it tomorrow in the next class. In the next class. But This is what is our project area. If one wanted to select the project, create the project, or update the project configuration, they have to come to the project area. This is what is a project area. Okay, and the next one is search box. Sorry, this is what is a search box, right? So for example, if one wanted to search for any of the product, if you wanted to interact with the, for example, data proc. So I wanted to interact with the data proc, right? You can search for data proc. You can directly go to the data proc. Click on this one, you will be into the data proc already. So that's how, if one wanted to interact with the any of the services in the Google Cloud Platform, they can search for it and they can click on that. So this is what is your search box. And one more thing, for all the GCP users, you have a Gemini, which is free, you can able to use Gemini. So which is a AI similar to the chat GPT. You can click on that. You can click on that. You can click on this get and enable assistant at no cost. No cost, guys. You don't need to pay anything. It is free of cost for all the people who are having the Google Cloud account. Okay, you can see, you can start chatting. See, you can also ask what is Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so this is what is a Gemini, which is your cloud assistant. If one wanted to interact with the Gemini, they can able to just click on this one so that you can start chatting. You can see here Google Cloud Platform. What is Google Cloud Platform, you have asked, and it is answering you. Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services offered by the Google. Okay, yes. So this is what is Gemini. And the next one is this is activate Cloud Shell button. This is activate Cloud Shell button, guys. One more important thing. What is Cloud Shell? If anyone remember, what is Cloud Shell?
It is one more
Correct.
method to interact with Google Cloud.
Correct. As I have just shown you, if you guys remember, this is Cloud Shell. One more way to interact. We will see it, but just to let you know. Right, so this is where the Cloud Shell button is there, guys. If one wanted to interact with the GCP services via Cloud Shell, you can click on this button. Okay, and you have a notifications button. So for example, if you are doing any kind of an action, you should be able to actually click on here. This is your bell icon where you can able to see the notifications. And here the rest of the things are for settings, project settings, user settings. Okay, so that's what. So this is a small tour towards our home page where you have a left navigation menu, project area, search box, Gemini, activate Cloud Shell button, bell icon for the notifications, and user settings and project settings. And the entire area, this is what is our console. This is what is our console, guys. So this is what is the entire features. Let us now go there. So now you will be able to see what is console, right? So console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. For example, for example, let me go. Let us do a small tour, right? So what I will do, sir, I wanted to go to the Google Cloud Storage. I wanted to go to the Google Cloud Storage. You search for a cloud storage and you click on this cloud storage. You search for cloud storage, you can click on it. See, using the console, I can create the bucket. Using the console, I can go to the specific path of the bucket. Using the console, I can list out the buckets also. Right? So just click on this one. See, using the console, I am able to list down all the 14 buckets available in this particular project. all the 14 buckets available in this particular project I am able to list down. See, if one wanted to interact with any of the service like Google Cloud Storage, for example, if you wanted to list it down all the buckets, you will be able to list down all the buckets. If you wanted to delete any of the bucket, you can able to do it. For example, sir, I don't want this bucket. These buckets I don't want. I wanted to delete it. I wanted to delete it. Just click on delete button. Enter delete so that it will be deleted. All the buckets also it is, you will be able to delete it. Similarly, if you wanted to create, you can just click on create button also. Right? So not only for this particular service, for all the services, if you wanted to create something, if you wanted to delete any resource, update any of the resources, you can able to do it. But just wanted to, you know, confirm one thing, or maybe some people get confused over the terminology. That is, what is service, what is resource? Can anyone tell me? Sir, what is mean by service? What is mean by resource? Anyone? Sarai, you are using the GCP services. Sometimes you are using the GCP resources. What is the difference between them? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. Do we have any other answers, guys? Are you guys little bit confused over this one when I was using the service or resource? Can you guys confirm? Did you guys confuse or you already know about it? Yes or no? Okay, let me gonna tell you. No worries.
I'm
See,
not coming.
services. Sorry.
Listening.
Okay. Services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud. For example, one of the example is GCS, Google Cloud Storage. Resources are created under the service by the user. For your project requirement, users create the resources. Users will create the resources. Under the GCS, you create the buckets to store the data. Okay, so this is the difference. Right, so this is the difference, guys. So services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform. For example, Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow. These are all offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Under those things, if you wanted to fulfill your project requirement for storing the data, processing the data, you are going to create the resources. For example, buckets, clusters, environments, instances, all of these things. Okay, so which you need to have a direct idea, otherwise you will get confused over here. Okay, I hope you guys got the idea now. Now you see, I'm able to list down the buckets. I can able to delete the buckets also, right? Well and good. Next thing, now that you understand, sir, what is a console? The second method to interact with the GCP services. Tell me, guys, what is the second method to interact with the GCP services? Correct.
Cloud Shell.
The second method to interact with the GCP services is Cloud Shell. Sir, what is Cloud Shell? So Cloud Shell is a web-based again. It is also a web-based. Tell me, guys, any guesses? Is it graphical user interface or what? Correct. It is a command line interface. What is this one, sir? It is a command line interface. So Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services. Using what, sir? In a Command line interfaces, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, how do we interact? Using what? Using the commands, right? So, so Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands. If one wanted to interact with the GCP services, they can do it via commands. So that's the main difference between the console and Cloud Shell. Console and Cloud Shell, what is the main difference, sir? If you ask me, one is graphical user interface, and the second one is command line interface. Whatever you are able to achieve using the console, mostly you are able to achieve using the Cloud Shell also. Whatever you are able to achieve using the console, you should be able to achieve using the Cloud Shell as well. Okay, so this is what is Cloud Shell, everyone. Okay, a console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands, guys. Via commands, we are going to interact with the GCP services here, right? So, if one wanted to create any of the resources, they can do it from the console as well as Cloud Shell, both. Okay, sir, can you show me how the Cloud Shell looks like? Sir, can you show me where we can able to use the Cloud Shell? If you ask me, then you go to the Google Cloud Platform. Maybe I'll open this Google Cloud Platform in the next window. So this is how the Google Cloud Platform window opens. And I have told you the Cloud Shell button. Can you guys tell me where is the Cloud Shell activate button? Right. You
Germany.
have it here. So this is where activate Cloud Shell button. Why I'm telling you this much, 2 to 3 times, guys. People think that sir is telling 2 to 3 times. So these are very, very basic things. If you don't understand, later point of time, you will again ask me. Okay. People again ping me in the groups saying that, sir, where is the Cloud Shell button? You clicked on something, but the Cloud Shell is open, but where did you click on it? So that's the reason I'm telling you, everyone will understand, must understand these basics. Okay, now you look at here. Activate Cloud Shell button. Just click on this one. At the bottom, you are able to see that the Cloud Shell is getting activated. Click on authorize also. You see, the Cloud Shell is getting activated for you. It will take like hardly 10 seconds. Okay, so okay, so it is taking, yes. Now you have got it. Right? So, for example, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, sir, I'm very good at commands, right? So, if you are good at commands, if you wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, they can able to do that using the Cloud Shell, right? So, this is what is a Cloud Shell. See, you are able to use the Cloud Shell here. Now, sir, in the Google Cloud Storage, you are able to list down all the buckets. Sir, I am able to list down all the buckets. Now there are 6 buckets are there. Sir, I wanted to list down all the buckets in the Cloud Shell also. Is it possible? Yes. You should be able to list down all the buckets in the Cloud Shell also. How do we do that, sir? To do that, we have to write a command. Don't worry about the commands. In our upcoming sessions, we have a separate session for the commands. Okay, but let me gonna show you now. The command is gsutil-ls. The command is gsutil-ls to list down all the buckets inside the Google Cloud Storage. Just click on enter. You should be able to list down all the 6 buckets. You see, I'm able to list down all the buckets. Sir, can you list down the files inside the buckets also? Is it possible? Yes. Sir, I am going to this particular bucket and there are multiple files are there, sir. Can you list down the same thing there also? Yes. So if you wanted to list down the same thing, you can use gs util ls and you should be able to use the this particular bucket, right? You can paste the bucket here. Click on enter. gs util ls and a bucket name. Please do not disturb the class. So I'll give you the time, guys, for sure. Okay. Yeah. So gs util ls and the bucket name, if you give, you should be able to list down all the files inside the bucket. Okay, so what are these commands? Don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you in our upcoming sessions, but try to understand. If one wanted to interact with any of the services in the Google Cloud platform, they can do it via console. They can also do it via Cloud Shell. Sir, as earlier we have deleted one of the buckets. Sir, can we do that? Sir, shall we delete this bucket? I wanted to delete this bucket. To do that, you can use gsutil rm and the bucket name you have to give. Click on enter. So it is a folder, right? It is having plenty of the files. You have to use -r. So rm minus r you should be able to use. So it is deleting all the buckets, right? The bucket is deleted. If you go, so earlier we have 6 buckets. If you just click on refresh, you should be having only 5 buckets now, right? So something you are able to achieve it using the console, we should also be able to achieve it using the Cloud Shell also. All the things which you are able to use it console, you can also use the Cloud Shell, but the only thing is that in the console you don't need to write any code, but in the Cloud Shell you have to write a command, a specific command for that, which you have to sometimes remember. But when you are keep on using the same thing, it will be remembered for you for lifetime. Okay, so which we are having a separate session on these commands, we are going to see in our upcoming sessions. Don't worry, maybe I can show you. Some people get confused, sir, where do we use these commands? You can see the commands are listed down here: ls, cp, cat, gsutil. So all of these commands which we are going to see in our upcoming sessions. But don't worry, the only difference I want you guys to understand, the only thing I want you guys to understand today is that how to interact with the GCP services. How to interact with the GCP services. The process we wanted to understand, not the actual method. We are going to see the actual method, actual commands and actual way in our upcoming sessions. We are going to see it. Okay, so now I hope you guys got one idea the difference between the Cloud Shell and Cloud Console. Cloud Console is a web-based graphical user interface, yes. And the Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface, yes. There you interact with the GCP services visually. Here you interact with the GCP services via commands. The one which you are able to use in the console, you can also achieve it using the Cloud Shell. Okay, yes. Now the third method to interact with the GCP services. Tell me, guys, what is the third method to interact with the GCP services? Cloud SDK. Very good. So the third method to interact with the GCP services is what, sir? Cloud SDK. Okay, so Cloud SDK. Cloud SDK is actually very interesting thing. The very first thing, it is very interesting thing because both the Cloud Console and Cloud Shell both are coming from the web. These are web based, but Cloud SDK is not web based. I myself call it as a local based. It is local based. What is meaning by that? What is mean by that? From your local machine, if you wanted to interact with the GCP services, you can go for the Cloud SDK. From your local machine, nothing but this one, sir. So, yeah, this is my local machine, yes. Right, from this local machine, I wanted to interact with the GCP services. Is it possible? Yes, via Cloud SDK. Using the Cloud SDK, you can able to interact with the GCP services from the local machine. Because of that, I'm calling it as a local based. Right? So what is mean by that, sir? How do we do that? So in the local machine, if you wanted to first interact with the GCP services, you have to download the SDK. According to your operating system, you have to download the SDK. You have to install it wherever it is required. Okay. According to your operating system, you have to download the SDK and install the SDK. Sir, can you show me how do we do that? Can you tell me how do we do that? Yes. So according to your operating system, if you wanted to download and install, you first go to the Google browser and search for Google Cloud SDK. Search for Google Cloud SDK download. You see, Google Cloud SDK download. Click on enter. The moment you click on enter, you see a first page that is installed Google Cloud CLI or SDK, both are same. Click on enter. Right, the moment you hit the enter button, you see according to instructions, installation instructions. According to your operating system, you should be able to download and install. If your operating system is a Linux or Debian or Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, Mac OS, Windows, according to your operating system, you should be able to download the SDK and install the SDK on top of your local machine. Okay. Most of our systems are Windows. So that's the reason I'm going to click on Windows here. The moment you click on Windows, it is giving you a hyperlink to download the installer. You see, download the Google Cloud installer. Just click on here. You should be able to see one of the file getting downloaded. Just click on enter. See, it's already downloaded. It's already downloaded. Just click on this button. You should be able to see that it is downloaded. It's hardly 260 KB. You should be able to download it in 1 second or 2 seconds only. Once the SDK is downloaded, once the SDK is downloaded, you already know how to install. You double click on it. You double click on it so that this particular page gets open for you. Welcome to the Google Cloud CLI setup. Just click on next. Just click on agree. Click on next. Click on next. Click on install. That's it. What you have to do, sir? This page will open. Click on next. Agree. Next. Next. Install. That's it. It will take like 1 or 2 minutes for you to install the Cloud SDK on top of your local machine. It will take 1 or 2 minutes to install the Cloud SDK on top of your local machine. Once it is installed, you can go to the Windows Start. Search for SDK. Search for SDK. Once you search for SDK, see you have the Google Cloud SDK shell. Just click on this one. So SDK gets opened like this one. SDK gets open like this one. Now, can anyone tell me, is it a graphical user interface or a command line interface? Correct.
Line.
It is a command line interface. Okay, so this is what is SDK, everyone. Okay, so Cloud SDK is a local based. Why I'm calling it as a local based? Because you are going to interact with the GCP services from the local machine. I'm going to show you now. But if you wanted to interact, the very first thing is that you have to download it according to your operating system, then install on top of your local machine. Once it is done, you can able to use the commands to interact with the GCP services because it is a command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands. Okay, so let me gonna go here. So before we actually interact with the GCP services, we must do the login. You have to log in. To which account you are going to interact with it? Google Cloud. Every Google Cloud will have a separate account. See, this is my account. I will also show you how to create a free tier account in the upcoming sessions. Don't worry. Don't worry at all, guys. I'm going to show you how to create a free tier account in the Google Cloud platform. We should be able to. In the next session, I'm going to tell you. In the next session only, I'm going to tell you. Now, once we have a Google Cloud account, we have to do the login to it. So I'm going to go to here to do the login to the Google Cloud platform. We are going to use gcloud auth login. The command you have to use is gcloud auth login. You are going to log into your Google Cloud platform, sir. To this Google Cloud platform account, I wanted to log in. To do that, I'm going to use the command called gcloud auth login. Just click on enter. It will go to the browser only and asking you to choose an account. Sir, my account is this one only. Want to access your Google Cloud account? Click on allow. Now you are now authenticated with the Google Cloud CLI, and you should be able to see here, right? So you are now logged in as this particular user. This is your Google Cloud account. Okay. Yeah. See, when you are working here, this is what is your project. So if you click on this project, you have a plenty of the projects are there. What is a project? Don't worry. It is a resource container. I will talk about a project area in the next class only. In the next class, which is a very, very, very important session, guys. The next class, which we are going to have it on Monday, is a very, very, very important session, because we are going to understand what is how to create a free trial account, what is project, how to set up the project, what is billing, how to manage the billing, what is API, how to set up the API, how to enable the API. So these things we are going to see in the next session. But now see, there are multiple projects are there. You can select any of the project. You can see. So for example, if I selected this project, so you are going to see the resources under that particular project. Similarly, if you select another project, you should be able to see the resources under that particular project. Okay, so whenever you wanted to switch between the projects, you should be able to do it from the project area in the console. In the console, you can use this particular project area to change your project. But in the Cloud Shell, how do we do that, sir? But in the Cloud Shell, you have to write a command to change the project. Sir, how do we do that? So you see here, there's a command called gcloud config set project space project ID. Right? You have to use this command, guys. Gcloud config set project. The project ID is, what is your project ID which you wanted to do? Sir, I wanted to see, this is your project name. This is your project ID. Copy this project ID. Paste it here. So one can able to change their project from the Cloud SDK also, or Cloud Shell also, using the command called gcloud config set project space project ID. Click on enter. See, the project is updated. Now tell me guys, what was the command that we were using to list down all the buckets? Correct. We were using gs util ls to list down all the buckets. How many buckets were there? Total five buckets are there, right? So the moment you enter, you see there are five buckets. As I told you, sorry. So here total five buckets are there, which you are able to list down from here also, the same five buckets. So the one which you are able to achieve it using the console, you can also achieve it using the Cloud Shell, also using the Cloud SDK. Okay, you have three methods of interacting with the GCP services. Okay, so if I wanted to create any of the resources, update any of the resources, list any of the resources, delete any of the resources, assigning the permission, revoking the permission, updating the configuration or permission, you can able to go for the Cloud Console or Cloud Shell or Cloud SDK. Any of these things you can able to do it. Any of these things one can able to do it, guys. So this is what is we call it as a three interface methods: console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. So these are the three interface methods are there to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so now you see how to install the SDK, how to log into the Google Cloud Platform, how to change the project using the command also, how to interact with the GCP services. Sir, I wanted to list down the objects inside this bucket. You can also do that. Just click on enter. You should be able to list down all the objects. See, this is department.csv. These are files are also there which you're able to do it. Okay, so this is what is a cloud SDK, everyone. So this is our third method of interacting with the GCP services. See, it is installed on top of your local machine, sir. It is installed on top of your local machine. From your local machine, you are interacting with the GCP services. So if you wanted to do it via a console, you can go to the console. If you wanted to do it, interact with the services via command line interfaces, you have two options. One is Cloud SDK, one more is Cloud Shell. From local machine, Cloud SDK. From web-based, you can go for the Cloud Shell. So these are the three main important interface methods are there to interact with the GCP services. These are the three main interface methods are there in Google Cloud Platform to interact with the GCP services. Okay, let me gonna give a pause here. If anyone have any questions, you can ask me. Please raise your hand. If anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. Always raise your hand. Okay. Yes, George, you have any question? It dep- yes. So which one is mostly used? It depends on the requirement. It depends on the requirement. Okay, so some of the services are very good at cloud console, some of the services are very good at cloud shell. So it totally depends on the requirement of your project. If they say you have to use console, you have to use console. So our main idea is that we are going to understand all the methods, so that whatever the method they are suggesting in the company, you are going to use all. So the main thing is that all the projects most of the time use console only, and some of the activities are very good at cloud shell and cloud sdk, so which we are going to see in our upcoming sessions. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, Monica, you have any question? It's a package. It's a package. Yes. Okay. Yes, Shiva, you have any question? Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Okay. Don't worry about that. See, some roles may get affected, but not all the roles. Data engineering, one of the fastest growing jobs. I think I might have shown you yesterday also, right? Guys, by 2030, fastest growing jobs is data engineering, not even AI engineer or ML engineer. Okay. No worries at all. See, the jobs for the data engineering increasing. Why do you worry about the third position, fourth position, and ML jobs? Don't worry about that. But the thing is that while you are working in your data engineering area, to improve your productivity, right? To improve the productivity, we have to use the AI tools, right? So that's something that we have to do. Otherwise, people will be doing faster than you. That's where they get hike, they get all the things, they get the jobs easily. So the only thing for us is that the AI come into the picture, ML come into the picture, they will come and they'll be there, but the thing is that other roles will also be there. But the only thing is that we should be able to use those things to improve our productivity. That's the main thing that we have to focus on. Okay. Yes. No, we don't that much use Gemini. Sometimes we use ChatGPT. Companies suggest you use ChatGPT. Companies suggest Gemini, but Gemini is not that much faster compared to the ChatGPT. Gemini is more of a professional way of giving you the answers, but ChatGPT will give you a lot of things. Yeah, it depends. If your company allows, you can use. Yeah, but most of the companies does not allow. Yeah. Yes, Shambaji, you have any question? Correct, correct. I'll talk about that. That's a fourth method. I'll talk about that. Yes. Yes, Michael.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
kind of new to this data engineering,
Mhm.
but my question is, when the other students are asking questions, I can't hear, and I believe, I don't
Yes,
know.
yes.
Is there
We're
a
not
way that you can? Is there a way that you can hear the question? Because I understand. I learn from other people's questions.
correct, correct. So it's a demo sessions, right? After the demo sessions, everyone will be in a one single class. No worries.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes. Okay. Don't worry, guys. Once the demo sessions are completed, now that multiple sessions are going on at the same time, later point of time, you'll be able to understand most of the things. Yeah. Okay. Now, sir. Yes, Narendra, you have any question?
Yes. Further, shell and the SDK both are the commands starting with
The
GSP.
commands are same. The commands are same.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Here is these two are interfaces using for the only for cloud storage or other services as well. We can
No,
use the
it's
command.
an example. Cloud storage is an example. The main motto is that to interact with the GCP services, you can do it from anywhere, any method, all the three methods. Okay.
Okay. Say for example, if you want to create a table in various
That's
of
what I'm telling you, right? So if one wanted to interact with any of the service, not only one, I'm telling you, GCC is an example to understand to you. Data proc, data flow, BigQuery, anything. You can use console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, all the three methods.
yeah, starting with the GSP only or some
No,
other
no, no. The commands are different, man. The commands are different.
command. Yeah. But GSP for only cloud storage and some other
Yes, yes. Yes, Amit. You have any question? Amit. Yeah.
So just wanted to know
Yes.
is shell scripting language and cloud shell are same or different?
Mostly it is. It could be same. And don't worry, I'll be having a session on that. Okay, Linux basic session is already there. We will cover that there. Yes. Okay. Now that guys, so don't worry. This the commands. Don't worry about the commands. The commands here and here are same. The commands when you are interacting with the different services, it will change. And these commands we are going to see in a separate session with all the basics, with all the things there. You will going to get a very good knowledge. However, I am teaching now, I will teach there also. You will get a very good knowledge. Okay. So yeah, we have a fourth method to interact with the GCP services. Okay. There is a fourth method to interact with the GCP services also. Can you guys tell me what is that? Correct.
API.
APIs are third party tools or some client libraries, right? So these are the different. This is our fourth method. These are not all the companies use. This depends on the requirement. Assume that requirement is, for example, you have an application, you have a backend application. Some application is there. Some application. Okay, a front end application is there. This application, this is the box is very bigger. A small, I'll go. So assume that you have a some Flipkart application, a front end Flipkart application is there. An application is always connected to the backend databases. An application is always connected to the backend databases. So this is Google Cloud Platform. Okay, this is Google Cloud Platform. In the Google Cloud Platform, there's one of the service called Cloud SQL. Under that, you can create a MySQL database, right? So an application can interact with the GCP services also via API or via some interface. Mostly it is API. So this is what we call it as a third method of interacting with the GCP, fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. An application can also interact with the GCP services. via API. So this is API is your fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. One can able to, one application, one web service can able to interact with the GCP services via API. Right. Similarly, third party tool, one example for third party tool, for example, GCS. There's a Google Cloud Storage in the Google Cloud platform. Right. So there's a Informatica. So there's a Informatica. Third party tool. Informatica is a third party tool. Right. For GCP, it is an external tool. Right. Informatica can push the data to the GCS also, or can get the data from the GCS also. So this is also one more. So this is a third party tool. The interacting via third party tools. So one can able to, so totally depends on the requirement. As I told you, the project requirement in your project, if they have an application, they use this method. In your project, if you are using the Informatica or Power BI or different tools, Terraform, or these are different tools are there, right? So when they are using, then you will be having these kind of methods come into the picture. Otherwise, no. Okay, but most of the companies will have any of the application or Informatica or Terraform or a Power BI or a different services are there to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so these are all the tools. These are all the methods to interact with the GCP service. Either you can go for API or third-party tool interaction. So this is what we call it as a fourth method of interacting with the GCP services, which we will be covering in depth in upcoming sessions. There are some scenarios where we are going to see, but now try to understand an external tool from the outside the Google Cloud platform. External tool outside the Google Cloud platform can interact with the GCP services, right? External tools. This is external tools. External tools can interact with the GCP services via the API or third-party tools or client libraries or programming languages. Also, they can do that. So that is what we call it as a fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. Fourth method of interacting with the GCP services via API or a third-party tool or a Python programming language or Java programming language, client libraries, nothing but programming languages. Okay, so this is what it is. Right? So this is what is our fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. This is where I would like to stop the session. Before me stopping the session, just wanted to highlight, guys, one thing. Please be look at here. So we have completed all the demo sessions. We completed demo 1, demo 2. I'll give you the time for you to ask the question. Don't worry. Demo 3. All the 3 demo sessions are completed, guys. These are all free demo sessions which we have completed as a part of the sessions. Okay. So all the 3 demo sessions are successfully completed. So we have covered 2 main sessions. One is cloud overview. One more is GCP interfaces. GCP interface methods. Right. So from Monday onwards, the sessions will continuously start and will start from Monday onwards. You can call it as a regular sessions now. Those are demo sessions. These are regular sessions. These regular sessions only for the enrolled students. Only for the enrolled students. So for those people who wanted to continue for the regular sessions, you have to complete your registrations or enrollments. Okay, to complete the registrations, your respective admin will contact you, guys. Okay, the respective admins will contact you for the enrollments. You can also check out your chart boxes. You can also check out your chart boxes. You are already able to see your admins pasting your the email ID or a phone number. Please connect with them, try to ping them, and or they will also contact you for the registrations to try to complete the registrations, because the regular sessions is only for the enrolled candidates. Okay, so you will be able to see. And once you guys are enrolled for the course, I suggest you to do 3 things for me, because you should not ask me later, because I do not have a much exposure. Once you complete the enrollment, get the new Zoom link, because the Zoom link will be shared. A new Zoom link will be created for the sessions. Okay, for live sessions, new Zoom link will be created. The current Zoom link will not work out. They will create a new Zoom link and they will give you. The second thing is access to the recordings. You get the access to the recordings also. They will provide you the access to the recordings. So a separate portal will be there where they'll be sharing you the recordings access, or try to get the access to the recordings. One more is access to my material also. Access to my material also. These three things, once you complete the enrollment, you try to ask them for these three things. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do it before Monday. I suggest you to do it today and tomorrow. Okay, so that by if you do it by tomorrow, you will get the new Zoom link, access to the recordings, access to the material. Don't do it at a hurry burry in the last minute, because they may not be able to provide you all the access at the last minute. Okay, try to complete it by tomorrow itself, so that you will be getting all the access to all of these things, so that you will be able to aram se join the sessions. Okay, so this is what, from Monday onwards the regular sessions will start. It is only for the enrolled students. The admins will try to contact you. If you have any details about the fee payment, the how do you have to pay, all the details they will explain you. Okay, yeah, right. So this is something that I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so now back to the thing, that is, we have seen APIs and third-party tools and client libraries, right? So if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, Akash, you have any question?
Yes, actually, sir, how many months I can access the study
Correct,
material
correct.
and the recording?
Yes. So recordings have access of 1 year, because of every 1 year or every 6 months, the course content will be changed. So if you ask me, the recordings access validity will be 1 year validity. 1 year validity. And the access to the material is lifetime, guys. The access to the material is lifetime, because this is a live link. Material is a live link. Okay, because it always changes. Whenever I'm covering new thing, it will always change. So this is a lifetime validity. You will be having updated things even after the course completion also. You will be having a your course material gets updated, lifetime validity. Okay, yeah. Yes.
Yes. And the second question is, after 3 months, when the course will completed,
Mhm.
then I join again when your classes start.
Yes, you can ping me. Yes, yes,
And
yes,
is it a free class or I have to
yes.
pay again?
Free, free. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes. Okay, so this is how, guys, once you enroll this, to the course, you will be able to get all these things. Zoom link, access to the recordings is of 1 year validity, access to the material of lifetime validity. Okay, yes, Narendra, you have any question?
Yes, access to material is nothing but the notes, the one we are
Correct,
discussing over the meetings.
correct.
And the
Not that
second
one,
one,
not
yeah,
that one. So you'll be having an access to material, the same thing which I'm trying to show you here, this one.
okay. The second one is during the course or after the course, any challenges during the my development activity. So, will you help me out, or is there any
No,
support?
usually during the sessions, if you have any questions, you can always ask me in the sessions itself. Okay, and after the course, when you're working in the company, we have a dedicated group will be created. So multiple people will be there, already people who are already working, and my new students will be there, old students will also be there. They'll try to help you, or I'll try to help you. Yes, 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 we have a community. Yes, yes. Prasad, you have any question? Thank you. Mm-hmm. No. Right, so see, the topics will keep on changes every 6 months. We will be trying to add it. So that's the reason we only provide the 1 year validity. Okay. No. Okay, whatever which I'm covering here in the 3 months will only be there as a recordings access. Okay, yeah. And we will see that. See, let's not, see, you can understand the process of data engineering already. So maybe you will be having an advanced question. But what happens here is that some people who are actually beginners, okay, we will try to see. There comes a step where we focus on data ingestion, data processing. At that point of time, if you ask me the question, for sure I'll try to tell you. Actually, you don't get the question also because I'll try to already give you the answer. There are these many different are there, these are the different tools are there, people use it to ingest the data, right? I'll tell you there. But now if I try to tell you, other people who are already new get confused, or maybe think that other people already know the answer, already know already different things. Data proc and data flow, the answer. Data proc and data flow, yeah. So that's the reason, those things will be covered. Answer is data proc and data flow. Okay. Yes, the answer is data proc and data flow. For sure, Python. For sure, Python. I think there is some lag when you are asking a question. The answer is Python. I was answering you, but I think you are not getting it, I guess. Huh. So I'm some there is a lag. Your network, I mean, it's going on and off. Yeah. Sorry for that. Yes. Yes, Shiva, you have any question? No, actually, it is a link. You cannot actually do any soft copy. You will be able to paste it here, and only allowed people will be able to open the thing. Okay, so you cannot take the soft. It is a live link all the time. It will be available to you. Okay, once you have an access, you will be able to live link. You cannot take a soft copy. Okay, yeah, yes. I don't think so. It's asking to print. Oh, only one page. Yeah. Yes, please.
Actually, sir, I'm a I'm beginner,
Mm-hmm.
and I have very little knowledge about SQL and Python.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can
So
do that.
yeah,
Not a
you
problem at all. We will be covering all the things, right? Python on all of those things.
so,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, sir. Actually, I feel difficult for to understand some word because of accent. So,
Okay. No, no worries. I'll be talking in a the same thing, very simple language only, right? I'm not
yeah,
using any.
it's understandable. It's understandable, but when a new word comes, then
I'll be writing out
actually I'm
also.
a new.
I will.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Michael, you have any question?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
I have I have many questions about like, well, for one, I want to know your background. What do you do?
Uh-huh.
It is like, okay, it is the first batch. Second, how many batches did you
Oh,
teach on this?
this
Wait,
is
yeah, yeah,
almost 60 plus
and
batches. So,
oh,
guys,
okay.
I think I did not tell you about myself,
I'm
right? So, my name is
I'm
Shaik.
not done. I'm not done. You're gonna
Okay.
explain this. It's gonna be easy for everybody.
Yes, yes.
Unfor Yeah. Unfortunately, I have a bad experience with other people on
Okay.
on this kind of classes.
Okay.
You like all the outlines, what they were gonna teach, how long they're gonna take them. Then you pay them, and maybe they will be good for a month, and then they miss a lot of classes. You try to contact them, they don't
No.
pick up the phone. So
Okay.
that kind. So uh, I like the service. Of course, there
Okay.
is no service free services. I understand. So that's why if I pay my money, I want the
Sure.
knowledge.
Got
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Got it.
So it's kind of really a
Yes.
it's a very good idea to explain yourself, like what you did, how many
Correct. Of course.
so you that kind of stuff.
Sure,
And
sure.
you said I think this class will be for about 2.5 months, maybe a little more, could be. So can you talk like how long gonna be, and what's your vision, like where these students, where we're gonna go after this? We like it, we're gonna learn this. So tell us like
Actually, I
where
have
you can
told that,
see
Michael.
us.
Already, I have told you, Michael, in my very first session itself. Okay.
Yeah, I was not there, so yeah,
Huh.
could be, yeah.
In my very first session itself, I have told myself, because the moment I start my session, this was a demo session. The moment I start my session, for sure I'll talk about myself. Okay. As you, those people who do not know about me, guys, my name is Shaik Saidhul. I'm currently working as a full-time SDE at Contech. I'm also a contract consultant at Databricks, contractor at Databricks. I work at two places. Okay, and coming to my education, I've completed master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, NIT Trichy. And experience, I have more than 8 years of experience into the data and AI field, and done many certifications as well. So this is about me. And coming to the GCP data engineering, some, and proud to say myself ran more than 60 plus batches, 60 plus batches, more than that, I think 70 also, but to the minimum number is 60 plus batches I've ran for GCP data engineering from last 2 years. Okay, and you are in a very good hands. I will not miss the sessions also. The sessions are regular and consecutive every day. There are some scenarios where I may not be available in 1 hour day. I'll try to inform you one day before itself. Okay,
Yeah.
but usually the sessions are consecutive, and I have a community of more than 1,200 people who have learned from me, who are already working in a GCP data engineering positions. Okay, don't worry about it. You are in a very good hands. Okay,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That will
sure,
make me feel good about it.
sure, sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Anyone? So I hope you guys have enjoyed the sessions thoroughly. And if anyone have any questions, we will try to see now. And for sure, those who wanted to continue for the regular sessions, please try to complete your enrollments today and tomorrow itself. Would be very good, right? Yeah. And yes, I see a few of the questions, a few of the hands raised. Let me go now. Go. Yes. Ejaj, yes, please. You have any question?
Yeah, I would like to ask whether you will be taking any classes on the weekends.
No, no. No sessions on the weekends, guys. I think, let me gonna tell you this thing. Maybe this is very important sessions, right? So our course name is what, sir? Data engineering. We wanted to become a GCP data engineer. The course timings every day at 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Okay, and sessions will be Monday to Friday only, and these are all live sessions only, guys. No recorded sessions, live sessions only. And once a session is completed, okay, recordings will be shared on a daily basis. Recordings will be shared. So once a session is completed, my my management team will share you the recordings. Recordings will be shared on a daily basis. One more thing, you will be having a material access. Okay, the course duration, some people were asking, so the course duration is close to 3 months, I would say. Okay, you can make it as a 3 months, close to 2.5 to 3 months it will take, let us say 3 months. Okay, and the recordings and material access, as well as all the case studies, end-to-end pipelines, projects, assignments, right? So all of these things are covered. Okay, from basic to advanced. The sessions will be basic to advanced. Yes. Okay, and my mode of teaching as a trainer, I teach like this one, guys, 20 by 80 model. My mode of teaching, that is 20 by 80 model, that is nothing but 20% theoretical, 80% practical. I'll go like that. Okay, so that everyone will be able to understand. If I just talk about theoretically, some people may not understand properly, right? So I always mostly learning by doing. I follow that. So that's the reason 80% of the time. You might have seen today's session also, when I was covering the GCP interfaces, theoretically lesser, practically should be more. So that's how we will be having the sessions. Okay, so this is all about that.
One other question I have is, where do you recommend learning SQL?
Yes, for those people who wanted to learn SQL, right? For those people who wanted to learn SQL, because SQL is a prerequisite for learning the SQL, I suggest you to learn the SQL in your mother tongue. You need to understand the basics only. I suggest you to learn the SQL in your mother tongue. Go to YouTube, find a channel or find a video of SQL full length. It will be around 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours of a video will be there. Anywhere you can go in your mother tongue, Telugu, Hindi, or English, whatever you understand better. Right? Just go there and try to understand the basics. If you have your strong basics in the SQL, you can be a leader in the GCP data engineering. Okay, so that's what. So understand the basics most. Focus on the basics most. Okay, doesn't take much time, hardly 5 hours. Hardly 5 hours, you should be able to learn all the basics. Okay, focus on any YouTube channel you take. If that guy is teaching and that particular guy is teaching is good to you, and you can able to. I'm also planning to have my own SQL for the videos. I'll be planning to do that maybe in the next 1 month or 1.5 month. I'll be having my free SQL. I'll try to release so that you guys can be benefited. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Like I want more details on Azure Data Engineer. I have experience of 2 years.
Okay.
Like now I want to upskill myself and join into a different company.
Okay.
So, like, what is the timings for that, and who will be taking that Azure Data Engineer?
Oh, for
And
that one, please, yeah,
yeah,
please connect with our admin. They'll help you for sure. Okay, you have a,
uh,
yeah, the
okay,
numbers in the chat box, right? Please connect with them. Yes.
okay, sir. Thank you.
But if you wanted to switch from your current role to the any data engineering role, become GCP becomes very simple rather than AWS and Azure, because very less competition. Getting the job is easy. But when you go for Azure and AWS, huge competition, chances of getting the job is lesser. Okay, take a decision accordingly.
But
Yes.
like wherever I see in LinkedIn and Naukri, it's like Azure Cloud is required.
Azure is required. The only thing is, the difference is that, see, everyone like you will search for that and they will find out Azure, and but that's the reason there's a huge competition will be there. Okay, huge
Okay.
competition, and many people does not know that there's a huge opportunities for the GCP, but very less competition for the GCP. That's the reason. So try to focus more on the GCP. Maybe if you are planning to switch from a job, one role to another role, end of the day, both are data engineering only. Okay.
But I like previously I worked in data engineer role itself,
Mhm.
but like as a fresher, I don't have much knowledge.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Sir, do you have placement assistance?
Actually, connect with an admin because I'm not totally sure about that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So some of the people have this kind of a mindset, guys, that so you may be seeing AWS and Azure is very good in the market. Once a market is established, there's a huge competition. We don't understand that, right? So the moment this is what happens, few of my students come from the AWS data engineering. Sir, I have taken a AWS data engineering course and Azure data engineering course, but I have not got the job. What happened to them? Because this is what happened to them. So what usually happens is that, assume that you are planning to learn some course. You have AWS data engineering, Azure data engineering on the other side. You have a GCP. Why AWS and Azure at the same time? Because more or less they started at the same time. Okay, so it was started around 6 years, 7 years back. There's a huge market is there for AWS and Azure. But the thing is that when there is a huge market, that is nothing but there's a huge people already learned the course like you, like 5 years before, 6 years before. Right? Students already, for example, take one person. Right? This guy, he is now learning the GCP course. Sorry, now learning the Azure and AWS course. Azure data engineering and AWS data engineering course. If this guy is learning now, the market is already saturated. The market is already saturated. Nothing but for a number of opportunities for AWS and Azure data engineering, if you have 1,000 opportunities, you have 1,500 people are already there to compete with you. Right? Competition is very huge. Getting the job becomes very complex. Getting the job becomes very complex because people does not understand this thing. And what this guy will do, again attend my course. This guy will again attend my course. He will get the job as a GCP data engineer, because for 1,000 jobs as a GCP data engineer, you will be having around people working 800 or 900 people only working, or not even 800 also. You don't actually have that many jobs. Around 700 jobs are there, because the market is lesser, because the number of jobs are also lesser, but you will be having only 500 people working in the company only. So you have a demand is 700 opportunities, but only 500 professionals are applying for the job. There's a huge demand for the GCP data engineer. Getting the job becomes easy here. You can easily get into the GCP data engineering. Most of the people does not understand this thing, and they will just go to the AWS and Azure because it is having a huge market. There are plenty of opportunities. The opportunities are more. I say okay. Here you have 1,000. Here only you have 700. The opportunities are more, but you look at with the competition. You look at the competition here. So when you look at the competition, you will get to understand that the number of jobs and the demand for the engineers. The demand, even though you go for AWS and Azure, if you wanted to get the job, you have to compete with whom, guys? Tell me, when you go for a job for AWS and Azure, you are competing with whom? You are competing with the already person who lent like you 3 to 4 years before, who is already working in the last 3 years in the company, and this guy, that guy also switching for the company. You are also trying to looking for the company, right? You are competing with the person who is having a real time exposure in the last 3 to 4 years. Very hard, very difficult to get the job. But if you are very good at Azure data engineering, for sure you will get a job, no doubt at all, if you are very good at it. But learning some course, getting the job, you don't get that much perfect, right? So that's all. So take a decision wisely. Okay, and with this one we have already transformed many people. This is not a promotion, I'm telling you, just a high level I'm telling you. You go anywhere, you will be able to see this kind of a trend. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, Akash, you have any question? Akash or Amit?
Sir, is querying using MS SQL and querying in
Both.
BigQuery,
Both are same.
is it
Same.
exactly same or there's a syntax
Small
change or?
syntax will be there, small changes will be there. Both are mostly same.
Oh,
Yes, yes. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? So most of
I
the
do.
things, yes, Michael.
Okay, it's a very good explanation how you wanna pursue this.
Great.
My question is like,
Okay.
I don't see the price thing here on the website I got. Is there anything like how much is it?
Yeah, for the fee structure, right? We have to connect with an admin. Okay, so admin manages the fee structure, payments, and everything. Because I more focus on the course only. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I
So
just
you
didn't
already
see it
have the
here.
phone number. Yeah, you already have a phone number in the
Yeah,
chat
I
box,
have,
guys. Yes, please connect with me.
and and like uh, I'm
Hmm.
trying to
Yes.
to enroll from US. The timing is a little different here. Uh, it's already like 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. right here, PM here, and I think it's like 7:38 a.m. on yours. Is it gonna be
Oh,
always the
no, no. It
same
is
time?
IST. It's at the same time. Well, guys, the same time which you are attending. This is IST timings. Okay.
Yeah, but here it's 8:30 p.m.
For you.
Yeah, I'm from
Huh.
US.
Huh. Huh. Oh, from US it hit. I'm not. That's what I'm telling you. So in India it is 7:30 to 8:30. For you it could be around somewhere around 7 I guess. 7
Yeah,
p.m. to
7
7
p.m.
p.m.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying it's just about it's 8:30 right now, right
Yes,
now.
it's 8:30. Yes.
So
For
it's
us it is
probably
9.
because okay, so the timing will always be the same,
Same,
7:30
same,
to
same
8:30.
time. Yes, same time. Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. I hope you guys have learned few of the things from me. And we will be trying to learn, keep on learning the GCP data engineering. Eventually, we wanted to become a GCP data engineer. There are plenty of opportunities out there. We will try to grab it. And don't worry, you are in a very good hands to become a GCP data engineer. We have a personal community as well. So people will be trying to help us, even though you get stuck in the company and you get stuck in the job. And if you guys facing any issues, there are plenty of opportunities which I'm trying to post in my LinkedIn channel as well, and we will try to become a GCP data engineer. So try to enroll for the course if you wanted to continue for the regular sessions, and we will see in the live sessions, guys, from the regular batches. Okay, hope to
All
meet you
right,
soon in
just
the
just
demo.
just a little question before you leave. And
Yeah.
when I read here, it says you can also help with the resume building, right? So I just want to make
Yeah.
sure I understand it correctly, right? Is that what it
Yes.
is? Yeah. Are you gonna help us to shape the resume so it's kind attractive to the employer?
No, you have a resume templates. You can so try to watch the first demo session, please. Okay,
Oh,
try to
okay.
watch
All
it
right.
because I have conveyed most of the things there. Yes, I
Okay.
think you have
Okay.
missed
All right.
that.
I will. All
Yes,
right. I will.
yes.
Yeah, I missed. I did not. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Good
Okay.
night.
Okay, guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. Please try to watch the 3 recordings. I'll also share you these 3 recordings. My management team will also share you the three
Yep.
recordings, fee structures, everything they will share you. Try to connect with them. Try to complete your enrollments. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet in the next session, guys. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.